gonna make a long video first, and then I'm just gonna do like a time lapse. So for those you are joining now, I'm going to be trying to sculpt my real life car, put it in my game. It's only been a one game, I think, and it's super duper old, very basic, generic model. But to my knowledge, this car has not been really playable. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to start with a basic shape. I do have some music playing in the background. You guys are gonna have to tell me how it sounds. It gives me ass too, but oh well. Just don't want it to be silent while I'm sculpting. And right off the start, I don't like the color, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start this car by making it a rough color, because I can always change the color of my car. But one thing I notice is when doing cars and dreams, you kind of have to break it up into multiple segments. You can't just do it all at once. So I'm going to start with a basic width. You like a basic shape of my car. Now, of course, I went inside my garage and I took some pictures. If you don't know what car I'm about to scope, it's a Pontiac G6. For some reason I can't see my comments. Let me see if I can bring comments up real quick. Yeah, I need to be able to see my comments. Sharing broadcast setting. Yeah, give me 1 second. I see why comments are up there. It says display messages to spectator. There we go. Now I'll be able to see if you guys comment. Okay. So yep, just getting a really rough blocked out version of my car. Then yeah, that looks pretty decent. Yeah, that's starting to look like a car, right? No, this actually is a pretty good start though. So now from here, I got the mirror tool on, everything is perfect. What I'm going to do is start adding those extra little arcs in. When you're sculpting, it always starts rougher than it um, actually looks, and then you're gonna smoothen it out later. And then of course I'm going to cut it and make it its own shapes. For right now, I just gotta get the basic shape of a car, the car. Like I said, I got a reference image myself. YouTube taking everyone. You know, that's what happens, man. So yeah, this is no, I'm not going to say it. This is going to be the first step to my car being inside of a game. Let's see. Yeah, this is looking good. I like to add, and then for me it's easier to take away. Taking away is a lot easier than adding. I got some hip hop playing in the background just to get the vibe going. Where the face cam, I don't have one. I gotta invest in a face cam eventually. That's part of the trick of the game. So one thing you'll notice that I'm gonna do is you don't have to be perfect with every cut. if you're looking for a pic, you can just scroll through the channel and you'll see a video of the car. Where the Twitch at? I can't do. I gotta get a video on my YouTube channel. I ain't posted in a minute, so I had to switch channel on you boys. You know, gonna make it look like this. Oh, well, I'm not on Twitch. They banned me for no reason. I don't know why. We're gonna get through this, boys. That's that's what's going on. I'm hoping I can get this done in one day. Okay, so yeah, we're getting a start of it. This looks good, and then sounds like legal issues. Yeah, that's usually what happens, you know. It's the legal issues, bro. Doo doo. Yeah, I could believe that. Look, I ain't trying to get banned by Twitch, so I make sure I'm on YouTube when I'm streaming. Let's see. You get banned by Twitch, it's over with, you know. So yeah, when you're sculpting, you just gotta be very patient. I know the part I'm gonna struggle most on is the freaking headlights on this car. The headlights on this car is just utter ridiculous. I'm actually gonna move this up. And this is why I was saying you gotta be perfect, because I can just move this up and I have to worry about it. And then go back into it and just take away. So the hood on this car angles down a little bit. Like I said, everything starts very rudimentary. And then this part's gonna come in more. Right about here. And then bring that down. The back of the car actually doesn't go that far down. It's more flat than anything. There we go. So we got the flat, we got the up. That top actually curves down a little bit beforehand. Like I said, I'm just doing this to get the basic shapes. And then when I go through, when I go back through the car, this is slightly, very slightly. When I go back through, I'm going to segment the car. Let's stay together. Oh, oh my gosh. This song kind of go hard. I might throw a rap. Might throw a rap in there. Don't test me. Yeah. And then the beat ends. There we go. Look at that. That's looking nice. Looks just like a G6. Look at that. See? I told you guys to stay with me. That's looking like a car. Now I need some... I do need like some rough holes. We're gonna look at this. I'm gonna move this to half. And it goes right here. Then it goes up. Yes, like right there, and I'm gonna move it down, and then the front wheels go right here. There we go. So that's where the wheels go. Scroll down. Scroll down. I heard through the grapevine. Oh my gosh. What is wrong with this chat? They're going crazy with it. Yeah, they're going crazy with it. What do you mean talk to chat? Chat talk to me. I make the rules here. I don't gotta talk to chat. It's about me getting this car done, buddy. You're looking at the wrong one. The wrong one. There we go. Look at that. That looks good. I'm already proud of this. Just give this some wheels, and we'll call it a day. Rogue streamer. Yeah, I am rogue, bro. You ain't gonna ever catch me. Alright, let's see. What part do I want to start on now? I think we're gonna start on the main body of the car. Turn off this grid snap. We're gonna zoom in. Let's see. How can I do this? I'm gonna add a little cylinder. This is supposed to be 90 degrees. What is that? He do that anime talk to himself. Bro, I always talk to myself. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Just a sign of a genius. That's all it is. Just a sign of a genius. Look at it. Wide body. Oh my gosh. My botch. Yeah, you can go watch. I want to be perfect. Go ahead, bro. Nothing wrong with that. I think I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna see if I can slide it up. There we go. Thing about their doors is not super round. It's actually kind of flat. I want to be perfect. Yeah. Yeah, it does have a nice little flat door. I mean, it's pretty flat. Take it in just a little bit more. There we go. That looks nice. Now let's see. Since I'm working on the doors now, things are gonna get complicated. This car kind of has this nice little curve right here. Goes along the whole entire car, but it's smooth. There we go. It's smooth. Hmm? What? Oh wow. Yeah. Looks nice. That's crazy. Is that just one? Okay, let's see. Now I got the top done a little bit. I gotta add this nice sharp edge on it to turn it down the smoothness. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna add a little bit of roundness to the tires, because they have like the little fender. This fender's kind of flat, and the fenders on the G6 is real curved. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to do that first. This car is definitely going to be tricky. Yeah, it's definitely going to be tricky. Just because it's such a curved car. But I have the skills. I'm pretty sure I can get this. Let's see. Let's add a little bit of, just a little bit right here. Yeah, that's a nice little fender right there. Yeah, that's not bad. So why you not post you live on Discord? Mainly because I wanted to do this for my YouTube subscribers. They've been wanting to see an update on my car for so long, and I haven't posted anything. I was like, I've been wanting to show them what it's gonna look like, so why not knock two birds out with one stone? Get a little thing ready for SRUnlimited, and also get my car done for YouTube. So then I can, share people what I'm working on. Only thing I hate about this blend tool with like squares, you'll see there's a line that always gets added, like the indent. You gotta be careful with that, cause you can have it slightly, and that's fine, cause you could get rid of it, but you just barely want it there. Sometimes you can stretch it all the way out, but it goes along the whole side of the car, and it gets bigger and bigger. But you can shrink up the amount of blend and still get the same effect you were looking for with it. See right here, it's putting that line right there. I'm gonna just stretch this down, and now it's gone. And one of the tips I do is um, whenever you make a cut, you can always add a cut back in. Oh gosh, ads! They're everywhere. Ads. So see, then I can go back and just place this back in. And it doesn't look like it's as far back simply because of the blending. But you can always pull it in. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Wonder if I can. I'm probably gonna have to make it bigger. I'll come back to it. I'll leave that like that. Alright, so yeah, I got the basic part of my car, and then my phone dies, and I need that reference image. Alright. I think now that I got that, I can start to see the car. Obviously, there's a front bumper. It's gonna be side skirts. It's gonna be a rear bumper. I think I'm gonna start, like I said, with the doors, and then I'm gonna work my way up to the top of the car, and then from there I'm gonna go to the bumpers. But I gotta go get a charger for my phone. So I'll be right back, chat. Muscle memory. Go to chat. Try to get me with those ads. Alright. Muscle memory. How does my car look? Alright, I got you. My phone charge, I'm going by muscle memory. And I definitely know this is curve. So, I'm going to place this right here. Extend it. Then blend it. Blend. Boom. Look at that. Smooth. What's my music stopping? Can't see exactly where I'm at. This is literally how I made the Eclipse. All this little tiny, like messing around. Now I did have a base because a sliver made the base. Even though I had to completely redo the car, the base is nice to have done. Because like, if I didn't have this base, I can make the body kit and parts a lot faster and a lot easier. There we go. Let me see if I can chamfer this hood in, because this car doesn't go completely straight. I don't want to look like it's a flat car. There we go. That's nice. This top doesn't look bad, to be honest with you. I might be able to use this. The back of this car though, it's not bad either. It's a pretty good start to it. The original car is a lot more this front honestly looks like a Pontiac Firebird. Let's see if I can add just a little bump in this spot right here. See, the scale of the bump is important. I think I'm gonna flatten this out. Yeah, there we go. Flatten that out. That's a nice trunk right there. And a little bit right there. Of course, it's gonna make a harsh line again, but that's okay. Now, some of you guys might be asking, is there a limit to how many edits you can make? There is a limit to how many edits you can make per scope. That's why it's important to switch it up and not use the same scope. Let's see. Will I have to go ahead and... I might have to. I think I'm gonna go ahead and paste it. Rotate it. You can only rotate one way at a time, so you gotta be careful when you're moving a cut. So even though I'm cutting this, I'm rotating it based off of where I want it to go. There we go. That's good. Alright. Phone's charged. ready to go. Let's see this car. Okay, so I'm looking at the rear end of it. Let's see, did I get it correct from muscle memory? Yeah, sort of. The actual this part of the car actually comes out. The windshield is actually a lot more rounder than I imagined. Let's see. Boy, what's up? See if I can get this windshield the correct size. Yeah, it's kind of like that rounded. It's actually, you never really notice how round this car is. So look at it, it's actually pretty round. Let's see, it doesn't come back flat. It kind of comes out more itself. And that's good for right now because I'm just setting it up for the hood, and then that will be its own cut. Now let's bring this curve in a little bit. That's not bad. We'll go with that. Gonna go back and add a little bit to it. How you guys doing? Do you see the vision? Because it's barely there, but it's there. It's a little, like I said, it's a little rudimentary, but it's there alright. The one thing that's best on my car is like the butt of the car is just beautiful. Literally can turn around and just smack its booty. There we go. Nice. Now, the trunk. Let's look at the trunk. How does the trunk look on this car? Okay. I think I got it. Like I said, I got a pretty decent base. Got a pretty decent base for this car. I can slowly start to see it. Now I'm gonna start segmenting. Do I want to start the trunk or do I want to start the side skirt? I do like the side skirt. Alright, I'm gonna start the side skirt. So when I'm doing the side skirts with these cars, all I do is I make them their own separate object. Now, I still line it up. Actually, let me put it on a grid. I still line it up. So technically I only have to make one. So if I line it up this way and I come down here, I only have to make one side skirt versus multiple. Now looking at my side skirt, it's not too complicated. It's just like a little rectangle with a small chamfer on it. I'm gonna slide this all the way over here. Go past because I can cut away. I'm gonna bring it up because I'm gonna cut down. I'm gonna add a piece to it. So this is gonna be the start to the side skirt. Make sure that's the same on both sides. Almost don't look the same. I'll be able to tell in a second. If I put this right on the edge, like super duper close, I see like a little triangle there, and I go to the other side. See a triangle? Triangle. Yep, they're the exact same. That's good. So when it's the exact same, it lets you know like, hey, it's up to par with everything else. Now, this has a nice little upper piece. Now, of course, I'm gonna slightly tweak the kit because technically, I believe with copyright laws, I can't do the exact same 100%, but I'm going to do as much as I can. So I'm gonna go like that. Then I'm gonna place it and move it into place. Angle it. Move it down. Match the angle of that piece. See if I can match it just a little bit better. There we go. See, that's good. Only reason this is here is because I'm gonna cut away. So now that I got my base shape, it's time to cut away. Put my grid back on. See what angle is this? Pretty big little arc. Move this up. Slide it over. I'm gonna push it over here right now and then I'm gonna lift it up. Actually, I need the point to be the center of that start point. And that looks pretty good except for it goes past, so I might have to shrink up the size of this cylinder. There we go. Put my grid snap back on. Looking at this, I can definitely tell that this cutaway is too big. It needs to be like right around there. That looks good. Now my side skirt does not stick out that far, obviously. But I need to get this nice little chamfer cut into it. So I think I'm gonna bring it in a little bit to right here. Yeah, that looks good. Stamp it there. And then one thing I notice is it's thicker down here than it is down there. So now it's becoming like one piece, as you can tell. And then that chamfer is the only thing that's gonna get me, and then this end piece. So let's see if I can murder this. Okay. I mean, technically, it is this high. chamfer's really not that big. We'll go ahead and stamp this. I'm gonna try and tweak it myself to get it perfect. Need to move it down because actually it's higher over here, so I can move this up. So right here, I guess. It doesn't need to be farther out. It needs to be the same distance in. No, it's actually not that tall. That's getting better. Yeah, that's getting a lot better. Now the crazy part is, when I look at the car from here, this angle isn't as big. So I can actually bring this down. It's right about here. This curve technically should come all the way down to the top, because that's where the door is. So I'm wondering if I take my circle cut and bring it down right here, and I'm gonna have to move it forward. There's no other way I can do that without moving it forward. I might just have to add something there to fill in that gap. And then this, technically, it's still just a little bit too harsh of an angle, like too tall. Yeah. And then it needs to be, yeah, there we go. And then if I could just cut the top part out. See if I can use the grid snap for this. Might be able to get away with it. It might be able to get with it. A little bit. Yeah, that looks good. Except for it's not long enough. Now what happened there? I gotta cut that separately. Ooh, this might be a 2-day project. I thought I could do it maybe in 5 hours. The last one I did in 8, but I know how I work. And I'm a perfectionist. I'm gonna want to get it exactly how I see my car right now. Okay, there we go. And that's good. Let me look at my reference image right now. It's a little square that goes up right there. So right here on the kit, it kind of goes up. From the edge into the car. If I can just get this to fit right. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. Turn on hard blend. Let's see. Nope, that looks good. Yeah, this looks good. So then I'll stamp that. I'm gonna rotate it just slightly. There we go. Then I'm gonna cut away from it. This song sounds so weird. There we go. And then I'm gonna go up here. Now, only way to get this right, there is a little lip on the car right here with the kit. I'm looking at the reference image. It comes up pretty high. Yee. Look at that. That looks like the side skirt right there of the car. See if I can add some extra detail into it. Nope. I'm gonna leave it just like that because I'm gonna eventually have to bring this out. So that's part of the kit, and then we're gonna go back. Now this is where it gets complicated because this part actually comes out a little bit. So let's see. How can I do that arc? It doesn't actually go that high.
Introducing song lyrics on YouTube Music, so you can sing along to your favorites.
Because technically it stops right here. So I'm gonna stop it right here. So I can concentrate on the task at hand. Then I'm gonna just move on. Probably just gonna have to add a cylinder. Go ahead and add this. If you have any questions on what kit this is, you can go ahead and just ask away in the comment section below. Or exactly what vehicle this is. Let's see. I just need more space. This is angle. I'm gonna use a square for right now. There we go. kind of interesting how that's right here is doing what I needed to do. There we go. I'm gonna cut away. Yeah, that's about where the door is. Yeah, that looks good. And the only thing I gotta do is smooth out that angle. So now I'm gonna just smooth out this angle. Gotta be super duper light. So I'm gonna paste it first. I'm just gonna edit it. Because like I said, you can't be 100% precise. Remember, I'm using a PS4 controller. I'm not using the moves. So I'm gonna line this up, tilt this, not get rid of it completely. That looks good. hmm Sorry, I had to get rid of that phone call. Yeah, that looks good. That looks just like my side skirt. Except for this little piece right here. I gotta figure out some way to get rid of it. If I can get rid of this piece, I think I'll be satisfied. Because it technically does blend into it. But see, that's gonna create a little chamfer. I don't want that. How can I get rid of that? Let's see. Maybe if I just go angle outwards, I can get rid of it. It's a possibility. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. And then I can get that other shape back. Definitely doesn't go that far. Not smooth at all. This actually looks like it protrudes out, and it's not a cut in. How can I make that look like it protruding out? Let's see. I think that's the only way I can do it. Is if I cut into this first. Where's that cut at? There we go. Pull away. That looks pretty good. Then I think I can do something if I take this. It's almost there. Mm, there we go. Yeah, perfect. Uh, Close enough. I think this has to stop earlier. If I can get it to stop earlier. Let's see. So where's that cut coming from? Hmm. Talk to myself a lot sometimes. Because every small thing is, another problem you gotta figure out when you're the one doing it. Trying to think of clever ways to get rid of this line. At a certain distance. I think for right now, I think that's okay. Yeah, I think for right now that's okay. So now I'm gonna clean up the side skirt. It does have a little bit of an arc in it, so I can't just use it straight. I do like using this. See? It gives it more natural feel to it. Same with over here I used straight earlier. Give more of a natural curve. And then I can take this and cut away at the bottom, make the bottom flat. Now the thing about the bottom of this side skirt is it's not 100% flat. It does have like a little chamfer to it. So you add that chamfer. Not a lot, just a little bit. There you go. And it's the right amount of detail. So now I got technically two side skirts done. And now that I'm done with the side skirt, I can adjust them because they're on both sides of the car. Let's go ahead and lower it down. Bam. I love doing the side skirts just because to me it's the funnest part. I think it gives me more joy doing the side skirt than any other. I mean, the body kit itself. The main body is the hard part, but once you get these pieces together, you start to see the details in what you're creating. So now that I have that, I can actually go ahead and remove this because it's still going to stay mirrored. Yeah, that looks good. Now, I'm going to go ahead and try to do something with, I think the back bumper is going to be more of the challenge because it's kind of a bubbled kit. So I guess I won't be able to finish this all in one day, seeing it's already been an hour, and I've gotten the body and the kit done, and I don't want to stay up late. It does take me at least 5 hours to do a car, so I'm just gonna start with the rear bumper. Choose the same color, just so it helps me concentrate. Throw your grid on, line it up, place on the grid. Then, like I said, you always gotta place on both sides to make sure they're lined up. Yep, perfectly lined up. Then I can delete this for right now. So now I know it's gonna be symmetrical. I can move forward. Let's see, the shape of this bumper is really rounded, but I'm going to start with, actually I'm going to have to take away from this because this is, even right here, it's really rounded. So having this protrude out, like pointing like that, is going to throw off my modeling. So go ahead and cut that away so I can model clear. And I can even smoothen it out because it is smooth, the car itself. There. And then this little hump from earlier for the trunk, I can go ahead and remove that too. Now this car isn't 100% like flat on the back. It does have a curve, but I'm just getting the basic shape. Your body is your basic shape. So now that you see the side skirts, you see the side, you look at the front. It's very rudimentary. It literally looks like a Pontiac Firebird, but it's a G6. I got my mirror on. Got the basic shape of, I mainly want to get this because this part you struggle with later, trying to get back perfect. Like even right now it's a little indent, which I can fix, but I'm gonna go ahead and do like the body kit. So let me go ahead and get back to this bumper. Go for it. Let's see. So we're gonna go right here.
I need to know everything you know about Tyreek St. Patrick.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna start rounded because this bumper is so rounded. Yeah, I'm just gonna start rounded. Start down, go up. Like I said, this car has a really fat booty, so it's really important to make sure that booty fits. It, that's about as fat as she gets. She's a little fat. I'm looking at the bottom now to make sure it has a nice little round on the bottom. Now, the thing about the bumper is it's actually flat up here, so I don't gotta worry about that. As long as I get the bottom kind of curve and I can cut away, I can maintain some of the curviness. But if I don't have it to start with, it's kind of hard to add because then you'll get lines. There we go. Now since she's round and she's sharp, it's gonna be tricky. So we're gonna go ahead and start getting it to shape the shape of the actual car. Use this, blend it, and as you can tell, it's already taken shape from the car. The more you expand, the bigger the range is. So I'm not gonna expand it too much. Just gonna do that. We'll look at the back bumper, and where the trunk is really flat. So I'm gonna just turn on the grid.
Captain's log. Stardate 57436.2.
What is this? Clip mirror.
First
Thank you.
contact. Takes operation of diplomacy.
Then
One must be ready for anything.
look at the height. That's where the taillights are gonna go. This is where the trunk is. This looks good. Unsmoothness, so it's not super duper. That doesn't look bad. A little too smooth for right now. Good. Now when I look at the back bumper again, I could tell it's way too bubbly back here. So then you just take your giant square and you use this to flatten it. So now I'm just flattening the back bumper. Actually, I'm going to bring this down a little bit. I'm going to bring the bumper in. Now that I brought it in, I'll go ahead and turn it back up just to flatten it a little bit. Because I think the trunk is technically, yeah, the trunk is technically right here, so I think it should be all the way towards the trunk because that scale is pretty accurate. Let me look at it from the back again. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to grab that shape and angle it because this bumper, I know I had upright on. This bumper isn't flat. It's like a nice little curve to it. There we go. That's starting to look like the car now. So now I got that nice little curve. Gonna go back and look at the bumper again. And it goes a little bit out right here where I'm pointing, and then it curves under. It's not sharp, but there is some shape to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this back a teeny bit. And then I'm going to do that shape I was saying. Go right here. Turn on my blend. So I can see, the reason you always want to turn down your blend is you can see where the surface area is that you're going to be hitting. because you want your surface area to make sense. Then blend it just a teeny bit. Then, like I said, angle this, pull it back, and I'm gonna go underneath it. I'm gonna angle this right here. There we go. That's looking great. Yep, that's looking really, really great. Now the hard part is going to be this little detail on this bumper, because for some reason it has this little divot right here. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this little block because it's getting annoying. And then I'm going to get rid of this little indent so I can actually see clearly what's the bumper. I'm going to just use a square. It'll be a lot easier. There. So now I can tell exactly what's my bumper and what's the body of this car. So I need to make sure I take away from the body of the car because wait a second. I'm not sculpting the right piece. Wait, why am I not at... Oh, I'm on the wrong side, that's why. Okay. Now, like I said, the body of the car's gonna get in the way sometimes, so you kind of have to remove the actual body of the car. There we go. So now I can see where it's gonna come together. So you have your side skirt, your car, roughed out, and then you do each piece separately. Obviously, the tail lights will go here, and the trunk will go here. But I need to get this rear part of the car correct first. So let me look at it, and then I'm gonna have to add some material right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add some to the top, because if you don't add material, you can't take away. And the best blend is with the circle. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and flatten it though. And then turn off this. So I can add some material so I can cut away, because it goes in like a little dip right here. Make sure I don't mess up too much, because I know I got the tail lights that go up there. So I need to get a little bit closer to the tail lights. There we go. Yep, that looks good, because it cuts in and goes up. Now, oops, now I'm going to cut a clean line right here,
Do you have treadmill money? You know, it's when your
going
money
up.
comes in and flows out, even trapping you exactly where
Yep,
you
I
are.
need to add a little bit
Yeah,
more.
that's
I'm
right.
looking at
You can break free with a credit union
the rear
or a
bumper right
bank.
now, and it
Not
kind of comes
Pontiac.
from right here.
And as a credit union person, you get checking accounts that give you a little extra. Savings too.
I'm gonna
So
do
break
a bigger
free.
one.
Open
Yeah,
your eyes to a credit
there we
union.
go.
Find the perfect one.
I think eventually what I'm gonna do when I finish my car, I'm also gonna do it up how I envision it, and like what it would look like wide body, because this program is just so cool that with no modeling experience, I can go ahead and make my own, my car, and then turn it into my dream car, which it already is. But like, I do wish I had more funds to fix it up. I think everybody does who enjoys cars. That's like the thing, some people make fun of other people's cars, but in reality, if everybody had the money, they would do their cars the correct way. Whereas a lot of people cut corners, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because shoot, if I don't have the money, I'm not gonna waste all my money on my car if I have other things I gotta invest in. But if I did have the money, oh, you best believe I'll put everything into it, because I love my car. Go ahead and turn this blend up. There we go. Angle this. Blend it a little bit more. There we go. Now, time to cut away. So now, like I said, this is coming from the top right here. And this is going to angle up like that. A little bit lower. Yeah, because it connects to the bottom of the tail light. So right there, that looks good. And then, now that I got that, I'm going to try and flatten this out. Remember, I'm going to flatten this out to make it actually fit the curvature. So I got to see where it's going to contact. Which is not that much, but as soon as I turn this blend on, it's going to push it all in. See, now it's pushing it in. And that's okay. And then, yeah, I'm going to bring that down. Now it has to have the same effect as my car. Yep, that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and go to the top and blend it flat just a little bit more. Actually, let me see. Yeah, I gotta push this part in. So now I'm gonna turn down my blend mode. Go back up to over here. Blend mode, blend it in. Ever so slightly. Push this out. I'm gonna try to turn the blend down just so I can keep a little bit of that kit feel. You don't want to blend it 100%, otherwise it doesn't feel like kit. Now that right there is a perfect line. Like, completely perfect. Probably just a little bit more. There we go. And then, like I said, go back in. Cut out my wheel well. I will cut out the wheel well multiple times. Sometimes you can use this one technique. See if I can do it. No, I don't have it here. Where I'll just reuse the same shape and recut the wheel well. So as I'm looking at this, I mean, that's pretty much the wheel well right there. I'll make sure I cut into the bumper more. Then you place and you move afterwards. So now that I've placed it, I'm gonna take that cut, move it over. See? Now it's 100% on there. Now for some reason this has a little cut right there. That can always be fixed. Now that I got the bumper like flush with it, I can always come through and re-clean my cut. So then I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Clean my cut. Go to the kit again. I'm gonna turn off clip mirror for a second because I don't want to go to the other side. And I'm gonna push this in a little bit more because it's getting in the way. And now we got the start to the back bumper. And then, like I said, once I get this, it's really just taking the sphere tool and moving it. I'm gonna need like a basic shape for these tail lights. I might be able to do it without it. Let's see. This looks good. This looks good. But that bumper is round, so I need to make it come out a little bit around here. Let's go with the clipped. And make it gonna extend this. I'm not too much worried about the trunk area. I'm worried about getting that roundness in this car. That looks good. And then for the, let's see. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. I think I'm doing good. Let's see if I can go ahead and get this trunk. So, um, with the tail lights, it's kind of flat. Yeah, it's kind of like flat right here. Let me see if I can get it correctly, cause it's a little bit of the bumper left. That's flat. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. That'll give me my flat spacing for, yeah. I didn't mean to do that. Right now I'm moving it around the car and I'm cloning. The reason I'm cloning is so I can get, I was trying to get this curve on it. But I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it right now without the shape of these tail lights. It's like I never would have thought the tail lights were so important, but they are freaking important to have right now. Okay. Because these tail lights are half of the car. Yeah, that's the correct angle. There we go. Now, if you're wondering what I'm doing now, I'm simply making sure, because the taillights sit above the frame, and so you kind of just have to keep looking at your reference image, and there is a little piece right here where the bumper closes, so I'm going to leave that there. You got to make sure all your little key points of your kit matches. Like this part where the taillight sits technically curves around, but I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to try and get this downward slope because every time I clean my car, it's a shelf right here. So I'm going to try to get this shelf because I think that really helps define the kit. Like you can see this shelf on it. So I'm gonna zoom in, and it's not completely round, but it's also not completely flat. It's like a mixture. I think that's a little too round. That's a little too flat. Trying so hard to move this up just a nudge. Yeah, that's good. And then I'm gonna move it over. I'm gonna angle it more. Move it back. And then I'll fix this little bump you see in the middle because the mirror was clipped. Once I fix that, that's starting to look like the bumper. Let me go ahead and try to do that real quick. Here. Actually, let's see if I can get it on the first try. Oh no, I want the basic square. Yeah, these are just techniques you can use if you're making vehicles. They're definitely, it's definitely no like fast process. So if you think you can make a vehicle in like an hour, I would say it's possible. Just depends on the type of vehicle you're making. If you're going for realism, there's a lot of patience involved with making your vehicle, and this one is no easy task. Especially like a small hump on a actual car, you'll be able to tell like, oh, that's not normally there. When I did the Eclipse, there was little humps and bumps everywhere, and I was like, I could get away with it. But then eventually, it just kept bothering me and bothering me, and it wasn't the exact same car that I was trying to create. So now, if you look at this, I have that, and I still think it's a little too far out, but it has the bump that I was like the little what we call booty of the car that I was looking for. I'm gonna extend this. I'm still gonna turn up my blend tool to push it in, just team bit, just a team bit. There we go. Now it's not super extended. And then let's see, let's go back to the side because this side right here on the bottom is more flat than it actually appears. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this flat. Take down the blend tool. Now it's not angled, but it is kind of flat. Perfect. There we go. Yeah, this is looking good. I'm really getting the shape of this bumper down. I gotta get this little detail line, but I gotta get that little divot in on this bumper right here. I'll go ahead and try to add this little divot in because it's really there, and that's gonna bother me if I don't put that in there. So yeah, it's a little indent they have on this bumper right here. See if I can. I have to pull back a little bit so then it's a soft. Go bigger. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. It's that little dimple right, just right there. It's so small, but you can notice it on this car. I don't think it goes that high though, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull it down. Yeah, it definitely didn't go that high. It goes like right here. Yeah, there we go. This tail light is gonna be the death of me. It is gonna be so hard. I'm actually gonna skip that tail light for right now. And I think what I'm gonna do is curve out this back right here, cause it's not completely square as it goes around. It's kind of round. Jeez, excuse me. Let's see if I can push it in a little bit. It's not bad. That's better. Now I just gotta get rid of this little indent. There we go. Better. Now that is a harsh line, I believe. So now there is a harsh line on the bottom of this bumper. It's right. It's like right here is where this line is. There we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. I'm gonna try and take off all movement, and then I'm gonna move this around right here. That doesn't look bad, but let me see. It's not enough of them. I need to make more copies. Yeah, I need to make more copies. See if I can move this out. Doesn't look bad. Does not look bad at all. Now, what will help if I take away the saggy booty on it, I'll be able to see it a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I'll go ahead and blend. Yeah, that looks good. Now remember what I said, like you can't see when you have these little indents in from the actual body. Remember, just always go back, turn your soft blend off, and just remove them. Don't have to stay upright on all the time. This one I gotta go on the other side for some reason. I don't know exactly how that works. I just know you gotta do it. So we have our side skirt. You're starting to get the back. Okay, this is good. Sometimes it's even good to work in studio lighting, so you can really see the shape you're making. Like this right here, it's on the car, but it's not a triangle. Well, actually, it kind of is. We'll go ahead and go to the sphere. Now that I'm with the sphere, I'm gonna go ahead and bump this back out just a teeny bit. And then I got my roundness back, but I'm not gonna stamp it because I'm gonna scale it up, and that'll give me more bump overall to round the bumper out. You see it just slightly coming out. That's all the little details you need to make the bumper smooth. It's just your little sphere. There we go. So now it's becoming rounder and rounder. Then, here's the crazy part. I gotta cut a little shape into this bumper because the bumper has like these fake diffusers. It's almost at a 45. I might be able to use the grid on this. Yeah, it's at a 45. Now, only way to make this even is to go with the shape of the car. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stamp it right here. And I'm gonna go to the move. I'm gonna just rotate it so it's the shape of the bumper. Yeah, that looks good. Like I said, go back to your car, remove anything that's skewing your vision of your bumper, and then looking at it, it might it might be a little wider than this, to be honest. Hmm, that's the wrong shape. It's like flat across, and I gotta get a curve. I'm not 100% sure how I'm gonna get this curve in there. It is bevel, so I guess I can add the curve after the fact, and everything else is pretty much cut at that same shape. So I think what I'll do is I'll raise it up with this, and this should clean some of that shaping up. See if I can get this start point. Get this to go with it. Like I said, nothing's perfect, but you can only do the best you can do. Let's see. I'm gonna flatten this with a cut, so it will be better. Yeah, it will be better. I will flatten it with a cut. But I need to bend this outwards a little bit because it does not go in. Yeah, I'm gonna have to really finagle this one. And back up. Let's see how that looks. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. I think I can um, salvage it. I would definitely cut off the bottom of this. And go ahead and see if I can fix this thing right here. There we go. That's better on the flat side. And then what's next? That little point right there might bother me. I'm gonna see if I can just tweak it just a teeny bit. If that grid wasn't so snappy, I probably could get it. getting better. Yeah. There we go. It's a lot better now. Yeah, that's a lot better. And let's see, there's like these little triangles coming from it. Where's the little triangles? Oh, they're sideways. I think these ones can be 45. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. Yeah, it's coming along, dude. It's a it's a lot harder than I thought. Of course, you know, there's always that. I'm trying to. Wait, can I not stretch that? Yeah, it's a little challenging. I think right now the hardest part that's making me nervous is these tail lights, but and the roundness of my bumper, you know, it's one of those things like I don't have a round piece right here, but I do have a piece, you know, so it's like I can take the time and flatten it out later, which is what I'm planning on doing. But I'm not gonna like struggle with it. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything else that I know I can do. And go ahead and put these equal spaces apart. Yeah, like that. Because I think this is more important than anything. I'm gonna go ahead and just copy this. Like I said, this is it's not 100% exact, but it's close enough. I'm gonna go ahead and move this up. I'm gonna slide this in. Actually, move this up too. Because this needs to go up to here. Thanks, G. Yeah. I'm trying to keep everything even and as oops even and as close to my car as I can get. Yeah. Yeah, that looks it's starting to look good. I just gotta flatten this little round bar because you know it's not actually a bar. And I think this spacing on these is actually off, so I need to. There we go. So yeah, that's like I got the side skirt done. Side skirt looks legit. The basic shape is pretty legit, and that fatness from my bumper. I love the fatness from my bumper. That's looking good. Um, this little one I'm gonna have to kind of like curve because it's not really there like that. But that's why I got this shape right here. Thanks, man. It'd be nice if we had all our cars. Yeah, I would make it the exact same paint as my car, and I would paint these. I would paint these later. It sounds like it would be a pain, and it probably would, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Okay, that was a waste of time. So yeah, I would paint these later to make them match my car. So yeah, see, yeah, there we go. That does help. And if I... Wait, why'd it do that? But see, it's not doing it correctly. Okay, now I have it. I gotta make this flat. There we go. That's what... There we go. Now it's looking like my bumper. That little detail was bothering me so much, but it's starting to look like it. It's a little fatter than usual, but that's a-okay. As long as the premise of it is across. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. See. Ooh. It just has to look correct, not exactly. Only thing, I think it's that mirror right now, I can't tell. Let me see, hi mirror. Yeah, with this mirror, this part right here just dips a little down. I think I could still correct it maybe, if I can grab it somewhere. Mm, I wonder if it's actually dipping down or if it's just because it's poking out. Either way, it's pretty dang close. Like I said, I don't definitely don't think I can do this in one day. But I can get some of the main parts done. And like redoing work isn't a problem to me. I don't mind redoing work. I think I'll eventually just have to make like a bar to get that correct. But this looks great. This looks great. This looks decent. The wheels, ah, bro. I was gonna have you do the wheels. No, I haven't done the headlights. Headlights is probably gonna make me pull out hair. I gotta get rid of this little hump, bro. I got to. Like, it's there, but it's not like pointy. It's gonna make me frustrated. Let's see, stay up right on. I'll try to do it without messing with the bottom. That's fine with me. I don't care. I will redo this bottom as long as I don't have that stupid hump. It's not that far. It's like right there. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. That looks good because the license plates go right here. And then I gotta put a pattern on the side. Yeah, there we go. Luckily, my license plate is just like this.
57, 58,
It's a
59,
little bit lower.
60. That's 4 minutes. I can do 5.
Yeah, it's a little bit lower. So I'm gonna go ahead and lower this down. And then lower this down. Comes out like right there. And it actually goes to the inside of this right here. Bam. Nice. Looks pretty good. Looking at it from the back, there is something missing right here. Oh yeah, the place definitely will add that extra realism. It's almost there. Just the wrong amount of push and needs a little more blend. Yeah, that's it. That's the booty I remember right there. Yeah, there we go. That's the perfect shape, bro. Right there. That's the booty of the car. I remember I placing my hand right here when I smack it. Let's see in here. In just a little bit because I gotta add like a little chamfer to it. You always gotta do that slight chamfer because it's never. Go ahead and stamp that. I'm not gonna have that. What about a trunk latch? Oh, well, I'm gonna have everything. Pretty much what I'm gonna do with this car is once it's done, depending on if somebody want to do commissions, I might make like the regular version so they can see how they want to customize their G6 because I have a lot of subscribers that are into customizing their G6 and you don't really know what it looks like until it's done. And that's kind of like what some games, it's like they already got this stuff done for you. You know, so you don't have to actually imagine it. You can see what it looks like. Well, if I go ahead and make a platform, I could just say, okay, what do you plan on doing to your G6 for 25 or 30 bucks, and then send them a customized version of it. I'm gonna figure this out. Fix it. Just that simple. And then I can just flatten that with my own shape. Let me see if I can scoot it out now. There. Because I want to see everything I'm gonna put on it. So like, since it's my car, I'm gonna go ahead and do my hood latch, and I'm gonna do my custom splitters. I'm thinking about doing, you know, and then I'll be able to see it before it's done, or like what all the customizations I do to my car, what they look like. There we go. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this right now because it's bothering the crap out of me. It's just a little hideous little bump. Is there blend on? No, there's no blend on. Yep. What if there's somebody made a white body kit? Exactly. I could white body my own car. I wonder if I can lift this up a little bit. Let me see if I can. Because that's going to bother me. Let's see. Yeah, that fixes a little bit of it. Yeah, it fixes a teeny bit of it. Eh, it fixed it, but also put that little divot there. If I can bring that divot down. There we go. Nice. Oh, these headlights, bro. I do not want to do them. I gotta put this little indent crease right here into this. It's like a little check mark. That's what it is. It's a little check mark in the kit. Why is it blending? It's a small little check. I need to bump this out a little bit more. Because as you could tell, when I was trying to take away, it wasn't fully going away. So I'm going to bump it out just a teeny bit. I still have my indent. I got to bump out just a teeny bit. See, look at that. That's how big the indent was, which is pretty accurate. But I gotta make it just a little bit less. There you go. At least block the M in. What do you mean? What do you mean by block the M in? There we go. That's the right shape right there. There we go up.
This July at Gun Lake Casino, we've got a $100,000 golden opportunity with the Golden Ticket Grand Prize Drawing. One lucky guest will win a Chevy Silverado, Impala,
That's good.
cash. That's right, all for one lucky guest.
Now,
Claim, draw, purchase, or play to earn
turn this
one
off,
ticket
and I'm
to
gonna just
Sculpting
rotate it
and into the grand
upwards,
prize drawing Friday, July 31st. Gun Lake Casino.
just like that. I'm gonna move it to right here. I'm gonna do the longer mark, which is right here. So now with this mark, it kind of has to curve with it. Go ahead and stamp it first, so I get that initial. Angle it up so it's a less sharp angle. Pull it out. Oh shoot, I forgot to put blend mode on. I might be able to soften it up, but yeah, that's the line right there. It's a little bit farther. Block the lights in before you go. Oh, okay. So you can see how they look in the AM. Yeah, that's true. It's just yeah, I'll block the tail lights, but that would be the only thing I have to block in, you know, because like everything else is. Let me flatten this. Like I said, I think the bumper looks really great, but yeah, the tail lights is gonna be the telltale sign if I actually did good with it. Let's see if I can smoothen this. Yeah, there we go. And then you see that? I got blend mode on. And put it on top of this shape, and it'll take away from it, leaving that little detail in there. There we go. Go back in. Wait, maybe I can still do the tire thing. Yeah, I think I can. Let's see if I can. If I go right here. No, I can't do that, but I can copy it. As soon as I copy it, I get my shape back. Put square on. Keep upright. Look at my bumper, because I don't think my rear has an arch to it like side skirts. Yeah, it has a slight arch. It's very slight, so I guess I will put it in there. Like, it's super duper slight. Maybe just a little bit bigger. I can't use upright because I can't rotate it. There we go. No! I tried to stamp it. It didn't stamp. Yeah, there we go. There. Bro, that's looking great. Now, let's go ahead. What color is this? Okay, so that's that. Cool. Why are you making me do these tail lights, bro? Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna do them in purple. I'm gonna just do them in red. You trying to kill me, dude? I need my mirror on now. because I can't tell. Yep, it's symmetrical. So now my tail lights, if I zoom in, they start right here. They come around the side, and they go all the way to the hood. Now time to cut. So the thing about them is they are completely rounded. So I'm going to take this grid off. They do overhang this just a teeny bit. So I'm going to place it, like I make them blend with the car somehow. Now the thing is, I don't have this car perfectly blended, so it's not going to 100% work. But I can get the base of it. Yeah, that's the base of it. See? You say they should be fun until you freaking make them, bro. Or you just trying to steal my techniques. Either way, it don't bother me. We a team, baby. You like these techniques, huh? The flat's a little more, the back's a little more flat than the top. So I'll leave a nice little curve there. Now about the side is also a little more straight up and down. Now the issue lies on this shape right here. This is why I don't like doing taillights. And then we're gonna go up to right here. But this is supposed to be smooth. So I'm gonna go actually I'm gonna go ahead and copy this one. Go like this. And then I'm gonna go that doesn't look bad. Definitely goes a little bit higher than that. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. That looks pretty good. Now I gotta push these babies in because they're way too far out. I can always come back and re-hit that, which is fine. For the trunk, These are straight across. Let me get my music going back in. They go straight with the trunk lining. What is wrong with the shape? Okay, so one thing I'm noticing about the taillights, the angle is matching. I think I just gotta keep going. Yeah, I think I have to just keep going because the top I think is what's throwing me off right now. It looks just like the taillight. It's just the top is throwing me off. Or is it really just the angle? Let's see. I'm looking at it from the back. I feel like the angle is more upwards. It is more upwards. I'll fix that trunk piece later. There we go. Oh shoot, I messed up. No blend, because I gotta cut it all the way through. That's pretty much the shape I gotta cut. Yeah, that's the shape I gotta cut. And then I can blend right here. The back of the taillights surround it, these actually go a little bit higher. So let them go higher. Yeah, these go higher, let them go higher. I'm gonna have to bring the trunk to meet the tail light because right now the trunk doesn't match the tail light and it needs to match it. And these tail lights don't go flush, they kind of go like that. Yeah, there, that's what's missing. Yeah, they're starting to take shape. I gotta get it to fit more properly, but if you know the G6, you know this um looks like the back. Now, like I said, this trunk is gonna be fixed because I mean, there's a freaking indent right there, and it's more rounded on the back side of the trunk. But these taillights is, I hate taillights. They're a challenge to make. Then let me turn it. This looks good. The angle looks good, but the trunk is going over it. I think I'm gonna push them in just a teeny bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and work on the trunk to get the trunk to match correctly. Yeah, that looks good. There we go. Wait a second. Almost think I might have. Yeah, I might have made this part right here a little bit too round. Okay, I can delete a couple of these cuts. Yeah, I'll leave the cuts right now because this it still is the shape of the tail lights. Hmm. Nobody said this part. Like I said, the lights is the hardest thing because it's like your eyeballs. It's literally what makes or break a face, and this makes or break a car. If the lights, I mean, everybody recognizes a car by its lights. You can recognize a car by its lights at nighttime, at daytime. You don't recognize its body necessarily at nighttime. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that for right now. That's the base of the tail lights. They are a little more flat, but I gotta get this trunk because it's throwing me off. And then we're gonna be close to calling it. Let's see, how can I bump this trunk out? And the trunk's rounded, it's not completely flat, so that should be easy. Okay, this should be good. Turn up the blend. Fill in that gap. Wait, why is this not going through? I think the mirror is, no, shit, it should be blending it together. That's weird. I can't see with this line in between. Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of that little indent right now. I think I'm gonna add and just subtract away. See, look at it, it's still adding it. So I'm gonna go ahead, add a lot to the trunk. I'm gonna just cut away. And then that'll get rid of that little lump. See if we go to this side. Smoothing it out. It's still kind of there. I guess I'm gonna have to go the hard way. Go flat first. And then smooth. Yeah, flat first, then smooth. That works. And then go back to flat. Come on. You got this. That getting rid of that seam can be a challenge. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's because the mirror is clipped, honestly. Yeah, it was because the mirror is clipped. So I gotta cut that back. Add here. Add around the tail lights. Because I need to build up to it. And then take away from it again. Yeah, that's looking a lot better. Then take away.
Hey there. Zest up your life with the original margarita
Trying to see
cocktail.
the
Thanks
bumper.
first.
Okay.
Fill the top of a glass with lime, then dip it in salt. Now bring out our hero, Cointreau. Pour a dash of Cointreau into your shaker, add fresh lime juice, and don't forget a tequila. And then shake. Keep shaking.
Nice.
Now for the coolest part, ice cubes. Straight into a glass
And
and add
then
lime.
that
Simple enough. Do try this at home
trunk.
and enjoy responsibly. Cointreau, the art of the mix.
Take away. Man, how many hours has it been? 2 hours already? And I'm getting close to being done with the rear. Even though I'm not there, I'm getting pretty dang close. That's not what I'm going for. Okay, I gotta get rid of this. That was bothering me. We gotta get this even a little bit. Same distance. That's not bad. Stamp it, and then I'm gonna angle it. Raise it up. Yeah, that's not bad. I don't know what that little divot is, but it's not a bad time to add a little special treat with the little divot, which is our little friend, the reverse light. So it's good, it's a little too pointy, and I think I'm gonna turn blend up just a little bit. That's good enough. Now this reverse light is a little too high. It's like right there. And let's look at it. So the reverse light is the size of the license plate, not the license plate carrier. Then it technically, bam, there, license plate. So tail light, Back bumper done. Like I said, for the most part, there is a trunk. I might make the trunk a separate piece because, you know, you got to make a separate piece. I got the side skirt done. I kind of have to clean this wheel well up. Let's see if I can clean it up with this. Now, if I can um, clean up that, that'll look good for today. Hmm. I'll go ahead and stamp that, and I'm just gonna manually move it because I don't have time to play guessing games. Move this forward. Can I still grab my square? Okay, I can still grab it. Oh, that's not bad. Especially if I lower it down to like right here. Then I can, what I like to do sometimes is go to my kits and then like clean it up. So when I clean it up, I can see the car better. And I like to be a little OCD about cleaning up, even though I can't see it. Sometimes I like to make it even cleaner. There. So yeah, this is the start to the G6. I got the back model. It's really close. Something is slightly off. I'm not sure if it's the picture that I took because it has like a fisheye on it. Something slightly off about these tail lights. It's slightly. It looks like G6 tail lights, but I feel like they're more taller. They definitely come down at this angle, but it's just yeah, something slightly. I don't know. It kind of what my car looks like from the back. Let me look at the bumper real quick. This little piece right here actually wraps around a little bit more. I might be able to get that right now. And whatever that flat piece is, super flat actually. Yeah, it looks pretty good. The minute stuff is like eh, but it looks really good. I'm pretty proud of it. I gotta angle this and then blend it. Now I'm just gonna try and copy this so I can get to wrap around the car just a little bit more. Just a little bit. Yeah, it wraps around like that. It's just not as harsh. But I can soften that up real quick. I believe. Go ahead and try to do the add softening. Yeah, let's soften it up just a teeny bit. And then we're going to subtract soft. Pull it back. I lost too much. I'll come back to that a little bit later. Yeah, I think this is where I'm gonna call it, but it looks really good so far. Now, one thing I am noticing, which is always good to do, is just look at your car and just check. Okay, well, here's where the wheel is. This door will be here. The next door will be here. So eventually, I can just go ahead and say, oh, well, let me take this piece, slide it a little forward, because now this G6 looks a little bit too long. If this is where the hood and the front bumper will be, so I definitely will slide it back. I didn't like take measurements, you know, I'm kind of eyeballing this. I can even just shrink this up and pull it back. And then if I need to, I could just add to the bottom of it. But definitely, matter of fact, before I go too far, I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. Let me look at it real quick. It's right there. Yeah, right here. I'll fix it tomorrow. I don't want to forget and come back. Yeah, I'll fix that tomorrow. That looks pretty good. It got the fat sensation that it should have. This has just a little bit more of a hump than it should have. There. Wait a second. Why didn't that go? Yeah, that's good. And then, can I angle this? There you go. And then when I do the mirrors, the windows, these are all separate scopes. So like this top part will be its own scope. And then eventually, guys, what you'll see is I could go through and just model another bumper. And then this becomes modular. And that's the cool part about it. It's like this becomes modular. I'll be able to take these. And then let's say if you thought about what your G6 would look like, you can go through, change the color of it, and then see what you will want your G6 to look like. So, you know, if you come through and you see this video and you make it this far, if you skip to the end, doesn't matter. You know, show some support. But I'm gonna call it there, stream. Thanks for watching. Uh, I might stream it tomorrow. I might not. I might work on my game a little bit and then stream it, you know, a couple days from now. But this is what my next project is. I'm going to be showing you guys my G6 in a video game, kind of. a 3D model of it, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do with it, because since I'm in here, I can make everything I want to buy and put on it. And if we want to wide body it, we can wide body it. Just let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. G6. Peace out, and I'll see you next